Tony Robbins has a little exercise here, and he says, you know, you want to try and get very clear on where it is you're heading and by when and how. So I'm just going to read this out there. He says, you know, you've got to know your customer, what they want, and what is sort of the irresistible offer that they would actually come on board to want to know a little bit more about you. So after you do that, you've also got to find out what is the skill sets that you're missing to getting ahead to the next level. What is it that you've got to skill up in? When are you going to do this? Set a date. You know, it's no good to say that, you know, I'm going to get that done and whatever else, but if you don't set a date, like in the next 12 months, in the next 90 days, I'm going to complete blah, blah, I am going to, you know, have it done by then. How are you going to do that? Write out some steps of how you think it's going to happen, whether it's selling so many programs, whether it's selling so many services, whether it's sort of like a membership-based thing that you're going to, you know, go and get all these people to come in on board with. You know, whatever the case may be, work out how it is you're going to do it. And it's quite easy. Find the actual number that you're looking at and divide it down by the time that you've given it. And look at how much you have to do in like little chunk-sized bits, say week-sized bits, and work on that every single day. Okay, how much value can you add? So this is a good one. It's not just about, you know, always reaching in your pocket and actually having to spend, but to work out, like, if you do get a customer and you profit this much, work on a little base of that, say 10% of that amount, and actually put that back into, you know, looking after the value of that customer for its lifetime value. Those particular customers, we want them to stick around. So if we know that we can constantly value add them, that is why that they will stick. They are feeling important, they're feeling belonged, like they belong, and it's like they're getting gifted to and showing that we appreciate that they are on board with us. The other thing, and the last thing that he's got there, is to increase your psychology. So this is a big one. People will say mindset, mindset, mindset all the time, and some people will go, yeah, I know it, sort of thing. But you'll be surprised at how many times you go to do something and all of a sudden you halter and you stop, and you know, you're not really sure why, but you just get a bit of a funny feeling about it and you don't go any further. Whether you've increased a fear or whether you've increased some sort of trauma that's, you know, from an early childhood or something like that, and it's now started to rear its head. Whether it's even just like, sometimes there's a little bit of chatter going on up there, and it's talking about how, you know, you've got to be working hard all the time, and I can't have all this time off to go and do and talk to people and blah, blah, blah. I've got to be working. You know, even just those little mentalities, you don't know quite why you believe it. It's because it's always been said to you, and somehow you've been a sponge when you're young and just absorbed everything, and it doesn't actually apply to getting you to where you want to go. So, you know, you've got to start rationalizing these things, and to actually go and get mentored or coached or sitting in some sort of tutorial videos or something like that to help with expression of, you know, your creative thought and so forth, to be inspired, to, you know, just want to make sure that you can move ahead and you don't see roadblocks. That is just the ultimate. So they're just the things. So know your customer, what they want, and whether they would actually buy your irresistible offer. What are the skill sets that you're missing, and what are you got to do to take it to the next level? How are you going to do that, and when are you going to do that? And then how are you going to increase your psychology? Have a great day.